Hi everybody, Captain Bill Saiff III. Let me introduce you to my friend James Mailer. He's a friend of the BSO team and those at the Westview Lodge, and although we see him on a daily basis, today's his first opportunity to go fishing with the gang. I don't think there's anyone we know that sports a more pure heart than James Mailer. Along the way today, I've asked Captain Dave Zingari, Bill Rafferty, and Captain Randy Pound to join us to share tips that they use each and every day to successfully catch lake trout. It's some stuff that you haven't seen before. And along the way, we're going to introduce this young man to some of the great fishing Lake Ontario has to offer. If you like unbridled fishing excitement, stay with us as we go fishing with James. There we are with the first fish of the day. We got our buddy James locked right on there. We saw this fish on bottom. Let's take a look. We saw this fish on bottom right here on our Garmin GPS map series, and you can see him coming on right here on the bottom. So what we did is we just bumped that baby in neutral, and that triggered the strike, and then immediately that rod went off. This is a sunburst bell. Okay, coming right at him here. Nice and smooth. 160 feet to go. Nice and smooth. Raffy's getting some pictures here, and then he's going to take the wheel. He's going to take the wheel. I'm going to go back here and film these guys. Put right your headphone. There it is. They're getting it all done back there. Sunburst bell is the first one on.
Wheel down.
Pretty good.
Perfect. James, watch your rod tip bend. There you go. Watch your rod. There you go.
Okay. A little bit to the right, Ralph. Good right there, buddy. Come right around here, and we'll get a look at this guy working on it right there.
Is it almost up? You're okay.
Yeah, take your time, buddy. He's coming. These are under 100. Yeah, these are big fish, buddy boy. Big fish you got on for sure. That's what's working. You can see that fish, Dave, right on the graph I was showing everybody on that Garmin.
Yep.
And we'll show everybody how to go into that split zoom mode and expand the bottom so that they can see that. Put the boat in neutral and boom, instantly triggered that strike.
Yep. Garmin's are a great machine.
This is James' first big fish here on Lake Ontario right now, so we're pretty excited here. We're pretty excited about what's going on right here. So working good. Here he is. Steer him to the right, Randy. He's coming into this. Dave, he's coming into this left-hand line. We got to move his rod tip to the right, Rand. We not it doesn't get into the front. Got to move him to the right. Good there, Dave. Okay.
See him, James? 17.
Okay, easy, easy, easy. Nice. I got a line on him. I got color right there. Beautiful. Keep coming, buddy. Keep coming. Yeah.
He's all right. He's all right. Keep winding.
Keep winding. Keep winding.
Keep winding and get a couple more cranks. You're nowhere near that line. Oh my God!
Right down.
Almost here. A little more.
Careful. Ooh, good. We're inside. I'm gonna pull your pliers for you. Okay, back there.
Walk back with me.
Oh my God! Yeah! Yeah!
You believe that swim to the lake?
What do you think,
I'm
James?
keeping it.
James.
Big Daddy!
James.
Yeah!
That is a big,
That's pretty cool, huh?
giant dinosaur lake trout right there.
How big is it?
Good looking fish. I'd say he's
12 pounds.
I was going to say 12, 14 pounds is exactly where I put him. Let's take a look at this, the cowbell that we're using. This particular one is one of the 3 setups that we're going to show you here today in this video series. This particular one is a hammerhead cowbell, and that particular model is called a Sunburst. Dave, let's show the 2
Is it dead already?
spinners. There's a classic 2-tone green spinner, chartreuse fire dot, and you'll see what we've got here are the 3 beads leading it back. All these fish, Dave, have been fed up this entire year. So we've had to really push those hooks back in order to get a good hook set on a lot of these fish. Right here, right here.
An extra bead or two will give you,
I want to hold
make them clamp down on that hook instead of just nipping at the back.
There is a nice looking lake trout right there. That's a beauty. We just fired number 1 right there and we missed him. Randy, James, good job, boys.
Well done.
That's the way to do it. Good looking fish to start the day. Perfect.
If your cowbell setups go dead, end of July, beginning of August, you can't beat a flasher fly on bottom. You don't even have to 2-touch it. Generally the same speed as your cowbells. I'll run one on an off-winger all by itself. Black Eyed Peas, this is a Hulk hybrid, one of Bill's flies. 21-inch lead, just like your fishing kings. 1 touch it, tight to the ball. You want them tight to the ball. 8 feet max, length of the rod. Literally can be a game changer. 4, 5, 6 hits on it while your bells are only taking 2 or 3 fish. Get your limit. This is a good one. Mike McCarthy and I like to run the Chin Music. That's a chrome flasher. It's got a little blue with a glow strike through it. It's been a really good one the last couple of years as well. But you can't beat a flasher on the bottom the end of July to mid-August for Lakers, and you might pick up a stray king on it as well.
That's what I was just going to say, the caveat down there on the bottom. Just like when you're running a super Twinkie rig, you know, or a Brad super bait down there, you put a flasher down there in the ice box, you always got a shot at taking a king in addition to those trout.
Yep, they're always usually bigger trout too, but when those cowbells go quiet, get a flasher down there, one of your favorite flashers that'll go.
Yeah, that's a good one right there. Sure. Raffy saw the rod bounce. Is he still there?
He's still there. You got a hand on it, Raff. Yep.
Stepping to the right, Raff. Quaddy, I need you to come back and move this rod right here for me. Just move it to the other side there if you can. There he is.
That's a good workout.
Yes, it is a good workout.
Yeah. Raph, you saw that rod twinkle in there a little bit. But boom, off it went.
We got her, pal. We got her. That fireball.
Did not see that fish on bottom. Stepping to the right a little bit, Raph. There you go. Can't even see your face. There you go.
Keep on the crank.
There it is.
I'm not kissing you.
Oh, he's a big nine. He's not gonna kiss me.
And they're double checking everything.
Looks good.
Making sure it's okay. We got Team Yellow on here today.
Team Yellow.
Team Yellow! How big team sponsor?
50.
Yeah. Dave first started, he was saying this morning when he first started fishing with me, first 2 shirts were yellow and black.
Yellow and black, my favorite.
These smell like
Both are my main
shit.
favorite.
A little bit to the right, Randy.
I graduated from a large. I went from a large to an extra large to a 2X. Life is good.
Color.
I see cowbells coming. Yeah.
Here he comes.
A little bit to the right, Rand. Nice and easy, boys. Nice and easy.
All right.
Keep coming.
Keep it coming.
That rod tip, wind down, wind down.
There you go.
Ready?
Keep winding. Raise that rod.
Here we go. Walk back a little bit. Jim.
Raise it, raise it, raise it. There, Davey's got him.
Right,
Big
pal.
one.
What do you think, dude?
Whoa.
What do you think? Team effort. We're all working on it here today. There's no doubt about that. Beautiful trout right there with our 2-tone spinner in there. That is exactly how it's working. Another one hits the deck, buddy boy.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
That is awesome. Bring him right up. Let's take a look at this lake trout right here. That's a good looking one. James, good job.
Well, pixels.
That's another one. That's another eater for the cooler for us.
Hey, that matches our shirt, James.
Look at that, James. We're color coded.
Wow. The fish are liking that.
Beautiful fish, boys. One of the prerequisites to an awesome day of lake trout fishing is making sure that James has a peanut butter sandwich, right?
Mm-hmm.
The girls at the Westview Lodge take care of you.
Oh, yeah, they surely do.
ham and cheese for us guys, but creamy peanut butter from James.
Yep. When I'm a captain, I like to put a peanut down on my number 3 rigger, so it's on the onside winger side, and it's down the chute. And the reason I do that, it's got a little more diminutive presentation, and it also moves in the water like a freshwater or deep water sculpin. So it gives a little different motion than the spinning glows or spoons. So 32 inches, the same rigging as the spinning glows, 32 inches behind the bell. But this is what I like to use down the chute, and I've had great success with the glow peanut, and this chartreuse green also is a really good one. Another thing I like to do in the off winger position is put a spoon down, so I'm still 32 inches back. I'll have my leader material 32 inches back behind the ball, or the cowbell, but the thing that I like to use is an Evil Eye. It's a little bit lighter spoon, and because we're going at the 1.7 to 1.9 speed, that little lighter bait has a better motion than a heavier spoon would have.
Right, and the other, like I said, the other caveat to that is that if there's a king down there in the ice box and you got that spoon coming behind the cowbell, he's much more likely to hit that spoon bait than he is a peanut or a spinner.
My last 2 trips, I've hit kings on a Evil Eye.
You know, down on the bottom.
Down on the bottom.
Grab one of those peanuts for me just to show that. Show me the side profile of that, if you would. That's the other thing. If you go looking for this, folks, just so that you know, the industry name for that is peanut. But if you go looking for peanuts online, you're not going to find them. That is made by Yakima Bait Company. That's called a Yakima Wobble Troll is the actual name of that bait right there, that peanut. But that's just exactly what you need. That glow green has caught more lake trout on Lake Ontario back in the old days than I could shake a stick at. And that's always a great way to catch big lake trout. Randy, good tip, buddy. One of the things that we do when we're fishing lake trout out here, we carry 4 trolling sea bags on each one of the charter boats. And depending upon what's going on with down current down on the bottom will dictate whether we run 2 bags, 3 bags, or 4 bags. Today we've had multiple days of heavy north wind. Now it's coming out of the south-southeast today. The current's running back into the eastern basin, and I've got 4 bags out, and I have excessive speed at the ball. So we're not going to panic in this situation, but what we are going to do, instead of 3 touching each one of those downriggers on the bottom, we'll 4 or 5 touch it to make sure that we're close. Then we're going to raise the ball about 6 to 8 feet off bottom at that speed that we're running. Now, we're not in contact with bottom, but what we're going to do is we're going to watch on our Garmin here. I've got it expanded on the left-hand side. I'm zooming the bottom 30 feet of the screen. And what happens is, when we see a fish arc on the bottom, whether Raffy's at the wheel or Randy or Quaddy or whoever's at the wheel, we'll say fish on the bottom. Then what we do is we just simply reach up and we pull the boat into neutral. We pull the boat into neutral, and now we're watching our rod tips. And what we're actually watching is for the rod tip to flicker where that 12-pound cannonball hits bottom. It actually does. Number 3 just hit right there. I just watched it hit. And what that ball does is it's up here off the bottom, and when you go into neutral, the ball comes down and it kisses the bottom. As soon as you see it kiss the bottom, you engage the boat, put it back in gear. Well, every time that ball hits the bottom, we're in a hard-packed sediment bottom here on Lake Ontario. So what happens is when that ball hits the bottom, it poofs a little cloud of sediment. It's got just gets that going up off the bottom. It's very attractive to lake trout. They see that. It's like there's fish rooting for deep water sculpin on the bottom. It's attractive to them. They come in, they see the cowbells. Here comes that spinner 32 inches behind it, and it engages them and they take it. So if you're fishing a little faster than what's comfortable to catch those fish, just set the bait slightly off bottom. When you see fish mark on the screen, pop her into neutral, let the rods drift down until they just touch the sediment, then re-engage the boat, which we're doing right now. And lots of times that's all it takes to ignite a straight from a big. Randy's trying to get in underneath your fish here, James. Got to watch him every minute. Randy's doubled right here. We had the number 4 rod go and the number 3 rod. Beautiful. Yeah. Got a nice fish coming right here. I'm going to slide to the back here. Tell me when you're ready to net, Raffy. I'll come back there. We're doubled right here. We got a sea of yellow shirts working here. Okay. It's up. That's it. Beautiful. That's the trout. Easy. Watch your rod tip. That's the one that we're going to have for dinner right there. That's the one we're going to have for dinner. All right. Beautiful.
Got a lot of fish here.
That is an Opti tackle bell that we're catching that fish on right there, guys. And that one is totally different.
Yeah,
You can see.
the old line bell we used to use, the NK bell.
Yep, chartreuse with a silver in the middle, and it's glow on the back, but it has a silver piece, which I think is important there too, Dave. A lot of our bells with silver backs are some of our most prominent producers.
Yeah, I don't care for the solid glow back, but that little silver probably helps out.
Yep, now that's a little bit different. Let's take a look at the spinner combination on that, because here we're using 2 different sizes. We're using this black hash mark right here, and that's a black bumblebee right there, and then we've gone down to the 2-tone green behind it. But again, here we're using a 3-glow setup, green, neutral glow, and green behind it into that number 2 hook. And of course, 32 inches behind the cowbell is a standard that we've been fishing for years.
We got 10, 15 of us that work together, and we all know what we're running, and all standardize everything, and take the guesswork out of it when you keep everything the same.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, there we got color right there. There you
James is reeling, Randy's holding the rod. We got a team effort going on here. Dave's watching things, Raph is driving, telling us when we got fish on bottom. We're a little high with number 1, but that's okay. We're moving a little quicker today than we want to because of the current. So what we're doing is we're setting these rods 6 to 8 feet off bottom, then we're bumping into neutral when we see fish, and whenever that happens, boom, drops right down in their face, and away we go.
Wind down, wind. There you go, just like that.
You want to hear the excitement when he comes in.
Yeah. Let's move him to the, start rod tip to the left just a little bit. That's it, rod tip to the left. Move to the left if you need to, Randy. Let's move body to the left. Yeah, there you go, good. He just centered up for us, beautiful.
Oh, there's it.
See him?
Oh man, Dave, I think we got ourselves a prehistoric beast. Raffy, wind out, give me neutral, Raff.
Neutral.
We're way off bottom with number 1. We haven't even double touched. What do you think, Dave? Wind down, wind. Easy. Back up, back up, back up. Look at the size of this fish.
Wow.
Forward, here, just pull it.
God,
Look at the size of that forward, Raff.
Look at this baby!
Look at that
Touch him,
fish.
pat him out, pat his belly.
Man, oh man, oh man. I'm telling you what.
Yeah.
James, buddy, that's an 18-pound trout right there, dude.
Look, baby!
That is a good one, dude.
Your best onto this YouTube channel, baby.
Gigantic, buddy boy. Give me the thumbs up, will you? Are you having fun?
Totally.
Totally.
Look at that monster, James.
Oh, look at the size of the spinner in his mouth. And we're doing that setup. Look at what he's all the way down in the 4th gill raker there, right in the bottom. He's just a giant. Dave, you pose that fish right there where you are. That's good. James, come on around this side of Dave. And Randy, get right in there too. Look at the size of this lake trout. I mean, he is just an absolute enormous fish. He's a beauty right there, guys. Well done, gentlemen. Woo. That's the way to do it.
That's amazing. I didn't even know that picture.
One of the couple of the cowbells that we use were very effective today. As you see here, what we have is the Opti Opti tackle cowbell. They come in a variety of colors, but today this was one of the most effective ones that we used on the boat today, and it's in the 5.0 size. What you'll notice with these though is I'm not sure if you can see this, there's a slight bevel that is with these bells. However, when they come into the packages, as you'll see in one of these using the Opti bell, they're flat. So what we like to do is we'll take these out, and it's kind of like the brim of your hat. We'll take it, we'll put a little bend on it, and what that does is it gives it the proper action that we have when we have these down in here. And it's the same thing with this one, which is extremely effective for the hammerhead bells. Again, in the 5.0 size.
That sunburst is a good color.
Sunburst has been perfect for us all year long. And again, we'll put a small bend to it so that everything's working properly down in there.
You can see the bevel right there and that blade right there. As I look, it's just a little bit concave, but for shipping purposes, those that you have in your hands, if you show it to them,
What they do is when
flat.
They keep these flat for shipping or prevent damage or whatever. But these are flat. You can see that they're flat right there. And again, what we'll do is we'll take them out and we'll just put a slight little bevel on them so that, again, the action remains the same within the water column that we're fishing. Another thing that I've learned through mating and fishing with the Bill Saiff Outdoors team is one thing you need to keep in mind is when you're netting these fish, what we always do is once we net the fish, my first response to the customer holding the rod is keep your rod tip high. And the reason why that we like to do that is, as we know, these fish will get in here and they'll spin around and it'll be tighter than a mop head that they'll tighten up. And if you have these bells in there, they can cause damage to your paint, cause damage to your the stickers that are on these, or what have you.
A lot of times they'll pull them right off the cable if it gets wound in the net.
They could pull them right off the cable. So what we'll do is we'll have our customer strip us just a little bit of line, tell them to keep their rod tip up to keep them bells out of the net as best we can until we can get the fish out of the net, prevent damage, save you money and tackle and damage to your bells.
I thought, Dave, when that rod started going over there in the number 4 position, I wasn't sure Randy was ever going to get the brakes off his wheelchair before he got out of there.
Pretty relaxing day here.
I was in a relaxed position.
James makes
Not like I am when we have customers.
James! Come on.
A little bit to the right.
Let's hear some
Step him right
excitement.
over there.
Let's hear some excitement, James.
All right.
160.
Remove the pliers down. Let's take a look now at what they've done. This was the number 3 rod. We hit over here on number 4, so Dave took this rod out of here and moved it over here to spread that pattern. He spread all the way over here on number 1 as well. And that gives us a wide open space here in the middle that we're able to bring that trout up in between the rods. 120?
Yep.
Oh, James.
Oh, James!
James. You got a long way to go and a short time to get there, pal.
100.
How you making out there, James?
Oh, baby boy! Big Saiff Outdoors is the best crew ever.
Oh, that's awesome.
How was that peanut butter sandwich you had in your short lunch?
Pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good?
But tonight, we're having fish.
Pretty damn good.
34 you're out?
Yep! Get that net on it, Billy!
Step to your right, James. Raffy wheel to the right, just a touch. There you go, we got color. We got color. Diamond Davis got the net. He's got our Ranger net. Ranger's following us like crazy on Instagram. Did I tell you that, Dave?
Oh, good. They make a good net.
They love the fact that we run in Ranger nets.
Stay here.
Wind down.
James, wind.
Easy, wind, keep winding. Careful. Careful.
Stop winding.
There it is. Got him, Dave.
Another big one!
All right.
I got another big one!
Nice.
Wow.
That's a good looking trout right there, right off in the net. Oh, he's going for the, on his head.
On the top of the head. There you go. You got him.
All right, a little bit to the right. There is. Whoop, he's going to flop on me here. Let's hold on a second. Hold on. There we go. There is a nice trout, James. What do you think?
Hey, there goes 12 of my Zoe. Danielle.
We got a good team going here.
Yep.
And that little pop in and out of neutral was just exactly what it took to get that fish to hit. James Mailer, you absolutely brightened our day. Here are some shots of the adventure that we took on Lake Ontario to help you relive some of the excitement that we shared on that day. Boys, thanks for sharing the tips and techniques on catching lake trout. It will surely help our viewers catch more fish. The day, it finally culminated with a shore dinner at the Westview Lodge, where James got to enjoy the very fish that he caught on Lake Ontario. I'm Captain Bill Saiff III. I hope you'll join me here again next time. Now here's a word from James.
Go.
I'm James Mailer. I love to catch lake trout with birds and owls with these guys, Rafi, Randy, and Dave the man. And I love my first experience. I guess because in my first trout, I figured about bird safe the first and bird safe the second. I hope you enjoy this YouTube channel. Check it out.
So tell everybody, stay with us.
Stay with us. I love you.